Sees that the Attorney General has faced during his tenure, when other ministers have been fired for lesser things.
He
sits at a very interesting position. I remember when he was sworn in as Attorney General, there was a delay in Knowsley for an hour and a half while we were waiting for him to be sworn in. And there was resistance within the party. And he was seen by many as a counterbalance on behalf of the Prime Minister, and therefore she was prepared to look the other way when many things were being done. That is why we have gotten ourselves as a party in a government in a very precarious position, because you can't continuously turn a blind eye to obvious breaches of protocol, practice, procedure, conventions of government, and find yourself unsanctioned at the end of it. Now the Prime Minister has found herself where I am, after today, her judgment, as Indira put it, is now being questioned. So yes, he has done wrong, but it has all been pardoned by the Prime Minister. And that is why we have gotten ourselves in this precarious position that we're in, that we have to now fire 4 other people with him to broaden the spectrum of blame, so that we can now channel and create a slate to face the next general elections.
When the Attorney General was appointed, he came in with an impeccable track record. He had never lost a case against the state. He was the...
I don't think that's quite true. I mean, I have been involved in cases where I was for the state, and he certainly didn't win all of them.
But he did come in with a very impressive track record, right? As some people will say. And he was also seen as a champion for the people. He had a lot of pro bono cases and so on. When you look at the record that he came in with, and now the track record that he's leaving with, what are your thoughts? Is it a career of missteps as Attorney General? Is this the first time that a criminal investigation has been launched into an Attorney General? What is his legacy then as Attorney General? How do you rate it?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I think we'll have to give him about a 3.5, 4. I mean, he seemed to be of the view that he's been a target, and there's been this conspiracy.
Has he been?
Well, I think from all that we have heard and we continue to hear, it would seem not. In fact, he had choices available to him to make, and it is the kinds of choices that he made in office that caused us to behave. If we take the email gate, I mean, I'm not an attorney as these 2 gentlemen here, but in my view, the Attorney General is the upholder of the law, of our Constitution, and correct me if I'm wrong. And when there is a piece of legislation as significant as Section 34, the buck stops with him, and that's it.
We are running out of time. Just your final comments on this issue, and I just wanted to know if you could explain to us what does the law say when it comes to witness tampering? Very quickly, we have about 30 seconds remaining.
Section 11 of the Criminal Offences Act, and it comes under the heading obstruction of justice, and to interfere with a witness in a civil proceeding in a manner that is alleged is a criminal offence.
And what is the fine or charge?
It's $100,000 or 20 years.
Okay, just your final comments, Mr. Maraj, before we go, based on the Prime Minister's statement.
We have not ended controversy tonight. We see the start of a new round of controversies by these firing and hiring of people.
Can I say, I think we have a crisis of leadership, a crisis of governance, and I don't think what we heard tonight in any way gives us the kind of confidence that we need going forward.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution this evening. It was a pleasure having you with us. Well, that brings us to the end.